Okay, what is probate?
Well, probate is the legal process that you need to go through in order to deal with the money and possessions of someone who's died.
And what is an estate?
Well, this is the name given to the money and possessions, the assets, and the liabilities, the debts, of the person who's died.
And who would need probate?
Well, if you're the close relative or loved one of someone who dies, you may be the person responsible for organising their financial affairs after they die. You'll need probate to be able to access their bank accounts and other assets, to pay their debts, and to make sure that their property passes to the people that person intended.
What if someone dies without a will?
In this case, we use the word intestacy. It just means dying without having made a will. The law provides a list of people who then have a right to the assets, the estate of the person who dies, and these are called the intestacy rules.
And who actually would obtain the probate?
If there's a will, it will name the people who are to take charge of the deceased's estate, and they're called the executors. And if there's no will, then the law sets out a list of people who can take charge, with the closest relatives being first in line. And these people are administrators rather than executors, and the legal process is called obtaining letters of administration. It's really the same process as obtaining probate, but it is for people who've died without a will. It is only the executors and the administrators who can make the application. They can then collect in the assets so that they can then pay the debts and distribute the remainder of the property as the deceased intended.
And what is the process?
The executors or the administrators must list all the assets and debts of the deceased on a form which is sent to the Inland Revenue, and also make an application to the probate registry.
Can you do that yourself?
You can do it yourself, then you will need to be called in for an interview, or you could do it through a solicitor.
Okay, so probate is the legal process that is intended to be able to deal with the possessions of the person who died. But what does this involve again?
Collecting in the things that the deceased owned, paying their debts, and distributing what's left in accordance with either what's written in the will or in accordance with the intestacy rules where there's no will.
So it is the executors named in the will or the administrators specified in the intestacy rules who obtain the probate?
Exactly. And what they need to do is to complete a tax form showing the assets and the liabilities of the deceased, and make an application for probate or letter of administration where there's no will to the probate registry.
You haven't mentioned inheritance tax yet.
Well, inheritance tax might be payable, but this is the subject of a separate video. And in any event, it must be paid before the deceased's money and possessions can be distributed to his loved ones.
Thank you.